Okay, it's a holiday Monday in the kingdom, and I knew nothing of it. But then again, it started about 15 years ago. The government of Manitoba or Canada decided we needed a long weekend in the middle of February because we had a weekend or a long holidays in January, so we needed one in February. And then, of course, we have spring break in March, so that, how would you say, breaks up the winter so you're not freezing in doom and gloom. All right. Oh, speaking of doom and gloom, yesterday's video featuring the flags on the cover there, it bombed. Yes, it bombed. I barely got 2,000 views overnight. Yeah. So that says a lot. So I don't know what we're going to do. We'll probably have to start a GoFundMe because we're not making money at this. Yes, we are not. Unreal. So I don't know how we can have 14,000 subscribers. We're supposed to be going up, up, up and away. And then I posted a Russian video link. And then the Canadian flag were dropping like a rock. Like a Led Zeppelin. Yes, a real Led Zeppelin, not the rock band. All right, this morning we woke up to minus 39 Celsius. It is cold out here. It's probably actually 40 below now because the sun's come up. But feels like minus 53 Celsius. It is chilly. When I took the padlocks off the buildings, my fingers got cold just holding them in the, carrying them in for like 20 seconds. And then on the yo-yo scale, a minus 38. Yes, a minus 38 Fahrenheit, but feels like a minus 63. Yes, unreal. And also, too, a fellow sent me a link to a TikToker. Yes, a TikToker. He's left Ontario with his super truck, and he's got a cattle liner. Yes, a low-riding cattle liner, which they haul cattle, and they're hauling supplies up to Brochet. And he's going to be an ice road trucker. Yes, he's not even going to make it from Thompson to WHO-ville over the so-called road. The bottom of that trailer is going to be ripped right off. And people are just oohing and awing that he's going to the end of the world. Oh, well, it should be interesting if he actually makes it here. But I just shake my head. But then again, why is the government, letting lowballers from Ontario supply stuff? Like everything that's in the trailer is a joke. I can buy most of that stuff at Walmart and Thompson. But I don't know. I just shake my head. All right, let's back up. It is cold out here. The me phone won't last long, and same as me and the dogs. Sunshine and bright. We have nothing planned today. Because what's the point? It's a weekend, a holiday long weekend. We should be ice fishing. Oh, wait, it's too cold for that. We should be doing something, cruising Dairy Queen or something like that. But wait, it's too cold. Hopefully tomorrow it starts warming up. Let's see if we can find the wood stove smoke for the Swedish kid. Ooh, just look at that little dippy-doo. We better get this back in. It's probably censored me already. All right, so today we're working on the book. I know it's a long, tedious process, but 20 years from now I'll be making money. Not like these videos. I think the life expectancy of a video is 5 days, and then that is it. Oh, well, we better go. Here comes the boss. Even on a holiday Monday, he's riding my ass. Oh, well.
12 p.m. and I'm just getting ready to make lunch. The sun is nice and warm, but that wind makes it extra chilly, and we are still in the extreme cold warning. It is also the long weekend, so we're not going to do much today. Now let's head inside and make lunch. I think I'm just going to have leftovers from last night. 1 p.m. and I'm just finishing up lunch. This is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's minus 25 degrees Celsius, which is minus 13 degrees Fahrenheit. We even have the feels like on the bottom. It says we are no longer in extreme cold warning, but it is chilly out there. So let's head inside and wait for 3 p.m. so I can get the Polaris out and head over to the kingdom and help my dad with some firewood. 3 p.m. and I made to the kingdom. Not sure why the video of me getting the skidoo out of the shed to come to the kingdom did not work, but I am here at the kingdom now. I got this carpet here, was gifted to me. I have a bunch of rolls of it, so I cut some off so Iris can have some as a little mat because Rogue took her bedding that she had on the pallet. Now we'll head outside and give this to Iris. All the dogs are around me here smelling it because this is recycled carpet from someone else's house, but it is still in pretty good shape. I will be putting it throughout my house one of these days as well. Down at the loader shed, and I just put Iris's new carpet into the shed for her. She's more interested in me right now, but she was laying on it when I walked away. Now let's head over and grab the tubs and start filling them. Over at the fancy trailer now, and I have 2 tubs to fill, one from the shop and one from the host shack, plus the wagon. There's still a lot of firewood in here. It's just underneath the snow. As you can hear behind me, my dad was cutting up some timbers. 3:30 and I just got the wagon and all the tubs filled. My dad is just finishing up with the timbers. You could see him walk by to the host shack. Now let's head outside and I'll show you guys how warm the sun is. Over at the host shack doors, and as you can see, the sun is so warm it is melting the snow around the doors here, but I'm officially done in the kingdom, so I'll head inside and grab my dog treats and go back into WHO-ville and do the weather at 5 p.m. I think tomorrow we'll be emptying out the fancy trailer and the long trailer if it's warm enough.
Okay, it's 3 o'clock and I've just spent an hour wandering around aimlessly lost in the kingdom. Yes, in the kingdom, getting pictures of everything we need for the book. I've come to the conclusion that we didn't get very far in this book because we maxed out the number of pictures per the book. Because if you go any more than 100 photos, it increases the delivery charge when it's sent as an ebook or if it's printed. So we kind of keep it at 100. We'll just have to add lots of words. But we knew this was going to be an intensive book series because we're trying to tell people how to work on these cats. Yes, there is a cat under here. All right, so let's see how far we got. All right. So we started with the rad, talking about the radiator, how to fix it and everything like that. Then we got to the water pump right here and the thermostat housing. Yes, and the front seal on the motor, because if you're in here taking the water pump apart, you might as well change out the front seal. So let's do a measurement. Ooh, we've made it 14 inches. Yes, 14 inches of book. Yes, unreal. So we still have the motor, the whole motor, and injection system or the gas system, and then we have the clutch back here, and then we have the transmission with its issues and problems, and then we get into the, how would you say, the pumpkin or the differential, and then we have the final drives and everything down here. Yes. So I think that's going to be quite a few books because 14 inches is all we got so far. Oops, I can't walk and talk at the same time. Oh well. So that's pretty impressive. So I'm pretty happy. As anybody that reads these books, it's common sense and you can fix these cats. Instead of giving up and making them go for scrap metal. All right. Oops, I got the burp. Oh, I had some peanuts. But the whole idea of my books and sharing knowledge is for people to work on these and save these cats. These cats are easy to work on. You don't need a bunch of money or fancy tools. All you need is common sense, lots of beer, and the effort and willingness to do the project, because all it takes is time. All right, let's continue the quest. Okay, I've now walked over here and we're talking about alternators and everything like that, because if you got your water pump apart, you might as well put the belts on and everything. So these cats only have like 3 items of electricity, and if they're running the car coil, you have to have power for that. But under that is just charging the battery, so you don't need some big fancy, how'd you say, alternator or whatever. So we just run the GM 1-wire alternator, and we make the mounting brackets so all the V-belt back in there. One size fits all. So we learned that a long time ago. Let's continue the quest. Okay, over to TD18 and the sun has moved over there. Yes, because when I first started this about an hour ago, the sun was over here. Alright, so the TD18 is a lot harder to put a 1-wire GM alternator on. So look at that. It even says AC Delco. And it was April 2018 we put this on. Yes. So over here, we have the belts. We have to get those from Sir Rodney. They're a special fit. And this is the original generator, okay? When it had like a 6-volt or 12-volt generator. We've used it as a pulley system, or as a bearing supply, a shaft, jack shaft. So we put the pulley in there. We welded on a little V pulley in there, so that's how it drives it. This wasn't the best design ever, but the thing is we're using the same belt on all the machines, so that's how it became. So the hood sticks out a little bit, but it's just a temporary fix back in 2018, and it's still going good. All right, the staff is here. We got to go cut some firewood because it's cold. Okay, everybody knows what happens next. Yes, we're short video today. Well, it's 40 below, and we didn't go to the rodeo, so we're short. All right, we'll find something from the past, call it good, and mislabel it. Hopefully, we're not sure where it'll come from. All right, there goes. Okay, Saturday lunchtime in the kingdom. I worked through lunch because I had to finish this doggy ramp right here. Because one of the house dogs is walking a little slower, acting stiff when he's, been laying there for a couple hours enjoying the sun. So I figured it'd be nice enough to give him a ramp. Because I know when I'm getting old, I want a ramp too. Plus I have the ladder out. It's the big long ladder. So I was up on the roof right here, up there. And it's the start of the rainy season, so I had to do the retarring. So every year for the last 26 years, we retar it and hope for the best. But that's a fact of life. Now I can put this expensive, heavy ladder away. It's too heavy for me. All right, now I'll go have lunch. Okay, since how I had the tar out, I decided to tar the little roof joint here on the hose shack to the little lean-to part, which is part of the loader shack or loader shed. It all works out. But see, we're not on permanent ground up here, so everything flexes up and down. So we tar and fix everything every spring and fall. But that's fact of life when you live at the end of the world. Okay, then on the back of the building there, she separated pretty good there with a little heebie-jeebie, one going one way, one going the other way. And the trick is with the spray foam is you got to get it in there because you don't know what this stuff is expanding like. So sometimes you got to overfill it because you don't know what the expansion rate is. So we buy what is on sale, okay, or what they have on the shelf. We don't go down to the store and buy what is recommended by the manufacturer for spreading on a gap this wide or that wide. We buy what they had. So they had 8 of these cans on the shelf when I was in the Home Depot store. So I grabbed the 8 cans. That was the last of them. So they were pretty cheap. So that's how we do shopping or do business here at the end of the world. We buy what they have, not what we need. Okay? Okay, the rains came, but I got the spray foam done and the tarring done. The flag of exercise looks pretty good hanging over there. It's not all tangled up. But in the meantime, I had to whip up a little extension cord. I don't know if we can see it here. Because the microwave cord is just a little bit too short. And like I've had 5 or 6 microwaves in the kingdom here in the 26 years. And I've given them away as parting gifts to the ladies. But I've never like worn one out. So that surprises me. The new world, make the cord shorter to save on money. All right, I've had enough. I'm going to drink beer and watch it rain. Talk to you later. Well, it's Sunday in the kingdom and it's a rainy, miserable, dreary day, which is normal. So that means once a year we get to clean the stove. So I splashed it all good and down and made it there nice and clean. Now the dog's all excited. But I haven't turned the power back on because I'm smart. I'll let it dry out for a couple hours and then we'll turn the power back on. I also spent the afternoon making doggy treats. So we have bacon and eggs for lunch on Sundays. So the bacon and grease and everything and the oil goes into these cups here and then we cut it open for the dogs. And we're given some cucumbers down south, some little small ones. But when they came up north here, they got a little fuzzy coat on them because I guess it was cold. So as a man, I didn't know that cucumbers float. So I had a hard time making these treats for the dogs because the cucumbers kept floating up. So I had to push them down as the water and everything froze up. But I think the ladies would know if cucumbers float or not. And another thing I did today is I figure out all my expenses and costs on a trip, and that way my accountant knows exactly what we're talking about. So I use Sesame Street Mathematic and have it all figured out. So on the trip in 3,200 kilometers, I bought $613 of gas, which is 360 liters, and we'd averages out to $1.69 a liter. So don't ask me to convert it into US figures or dollars or anything like that because I'm not that smart and I'm too tired and lazy to use Google. So if the regular price was $1.20, which we're used to paying, I would have spent $433. I would have saved $180 on this trip. So these little trips cost more money as the new world we're living in with everything being expensive. Okay, being Sunday and we clean the sink once a year, so I got it all spit and polished shiny just like the chrome on some of them semis, but up here we paint chrome because it doesn't make us money, and we're all set to enjoy the evening here. So this is all imported from the far south. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Okay, late Monday afternoon in the kingdom. It's freaking windy out there. I don't know why, but the rain stopped. We got some sunshine. We were able to get some tires off. The staff went through all the tires in the storage trailer. She popped them off using this brand new tire machine I bought a while ago. And then I wasn't using it, so I sold it to a fellow and he never came and picked it up. So I use it for storage fees. So I get it organized, bang off my tires and stuff like that as part of my retirement and downsizing. So we got some tires mounted on 6-inch or 6-hole Chevy rims because we got a project coming up. All right, I better get back to work because I want to finish up and drink some beer. Okay, we're finally done for the day and I'm hiding out of the wind so I don't have to cover my Lily Tomlin mic. But I got 6 tires, 6-bolt rims or whatever, Chevy, all mounted, ready to go. I even found the upgraded wheel studs. I don't know if you can see it. I'll get into the sunlight here. So the dark ones are the factory ones that are small and shear off, and the bigger ones are the ones we install so they don't shear off. So we're ready to go. We've got a little project planned, and we're starting to get colder falls coming. So now we got to park the forklift so it's in the morning sun, so the sun melts the snow, frost off the windshield or the dew, so we're ready to go because we took the heater out to try and figure out the electrical problems. And over here we have the flag of exercise actually performing like a flag. I'm so proud. Oh well, so now it's time to go drink some beer after I walk the dogs. Talk to you later. Okay, Tuesday lunchtime in the kingdom, make a quick video and then go eat some lunch or burn some lunch for me and the dogs. 20 years ago, we took the motor out of this 68 Chevy half ton and put it in the 38. The 39 right there. I don't know if I'm doing any good here. I can't see really. Okay, so that worked out good. So we went 20 years and have to do the clutch. So we're doing that right now. So I also need some parts off of this trailer because we scrapped it 2 years ago and the scrap guy never took it. But oh well, that's a minor detail, which is working out good because we can get a lot of parts. But also too, over here, when the staff shows up today sober, she'll finish stripping this trailer. It's a Dodge, and we made a lot of these half-ton trailers or half-tons into trailers, and we had 19 of them at one time, all bumper hitch. So now we're down to 4, and that's way too many. Oh, that didn't take long with the staff. We got these trailers wrecked apart pretty good. We got a lot of salvage, and we're very happy. The staff went home to make some fry bread, Chicago fry bread for the dogs, because that's what they eat as their treats. I know on the next project we're going to attempt next week, we know that the tail lights will not work because the little bulb or whatever down in here will jiggle and wiggle, and then I'll have no tail lights, and then the cops will pull me over expecting to give me a pink piece of paper saying I should know better. So I do know better. So I whipped up a little light bar for across the box of the truck. So this will work out good, and I'll wire it in, splash some paint on it, and I know that these sealed units were used on semi-trucks do not have problems because these things have been reused or recycled or repurposed I don't know how many times in the last 10 years. Okay, before the staff went home, we went and got this 250 Chevy 6-cylinder out of the van storage trailer. As you can see, it's been sitting for a long time, and it's be going into a vehicle that we're going to acquire. And I've also been putting stuff on a pallet so we're ready to go next week. So I have to be organized well ahead of time or whatever. First day with the new lips again because of my memory or whatever. I'm old, so I forget things. So as long as I start remembering and knowing what I want, I put it on the pallet and then we're ready to go. So it should be quite the adventure. And by next week, the paint should be dry on the rims there because I splashed the paint on pretty thick for some reason. Well, trying to end out the day with popping this motor apart or the clutch and transmission off to see what's in here. It's a little wee girly man clutch, 9 inches. My, is that ever small compared to the 11 inches in the 39 Chevy, which is over here. Yeah, so I'm not sure if I'm going to upgrade that little 9 inches to 11 inches to be part of the Great White North, because 9 inches seems a little small. Okay, quitting time in the kingdom. I got this 250 motor stripped down and ready to be pressure washed, and then we can figure out what all has to be done to it. It last ran in 2006, so it's been sitting a long time, but that's no problem. All right, now time to go walk the dogs and then drink some beer. Talk to you later. Okay, nice and chilly this morning. I had the shop doors closed and I played inside working on little projects. And then after lunch, I was able to start working on the light bar for the vehicle we're getting in Alberta. So I whipped everything up. I painted it yesterday so it looks pretty. And then today the staff marked all my cables or colors or whatever it is because there's different colors in these plugs here. So she marked them all. Then I was able to reuse some of the wiring from the traders we had. And I like this gray wire because it's black and white inside. And then I mark it as to what I want. So we used up a fair amount of the used wire. And then I parked the book burb out front there. And then I ran the cord out to the book burb. So I know I got a good ground and a few other things. So there's no sense using a test light or whatever. So I know my wires are good. So everything is working good here. We got the lights flashing, so that works out good. So now I can put it together and call it good. Oh, we worked hard today and the sun came out and even the dogs like it. I don't know if we can see them in the background there, but getting all excited because it's time to go for a walk. But I gotta go pick up the pony. All right, but I changed out the hitch on my tow bar. I think I built it 30 years ago and I splashed the paint on to make it look good. So I changed out the hitch because after 30 years, the little coupler thing kind of wears out. But it worked out good. And we finished up the light bar here. And I'm old school, so I wrote it on there in tow. I don't know if anybody can read English anymore. And we put the reflective tape on, just like on the semi-trucks and trailers. And we coiled up the long wire here. So it all worked out pretty good. All right, I think I've had enough, and I think I can hear Dick coming off in the distance there. Look at that sky. All right, time to go drink beer before Dick flies over. Talk to you later.
4:30, and this is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's minus 23 degrees Celsius, which is minus 9 degrees Fahrenheit. We even had the feels like on the bottom. It was pretty chilly in the kingdom, but the sun was warm this afternoon. Now let's head inside and let the dogs out. Then I can start supper and end my day.
Okay, second end of day video because the me phone censored me. I listened to it by the wood stove warming up before I walked the dogs, and then when I went to load it up in the computer, it was not there. But oh well, we got some wood stove smoke happening for the Swedish young lady. Yes, maybe that's why we got censored. All right, let's scroll a bit more. Okay, today was cold. We didn't break any of the insulation off the extension cords, not like the day before, but it is freaking cold out here. I can feel that wind on my chinny chin. And let's see what the flags are doing. Yes. All right, we've already walked the dogs. Let's go back in and try to make a video. And we'll have how would you say, and then have some drinks. All right, this is unreal today. It's freaking cold. All right, we'll talk to you later.